Hello, welcome all to the High School Esports League playoffs. I'm your caster, Catastrophic, and I'm excited to see a great game of Overwatch. Today we were met with two of our quarterfinals teams, featuring SMH Bearcats pitted against SLP Overwatch. Both of these teams have had a strong showing in their respective regions, so it should be a close match. On the side of Bearcats, be sure to look out for Appy and Beametry, both players who have played well in the past against GHS Overwatch. As for SLP, Fate and Toasty are the prime players on their team, with Fate playing Flex Tank and Toasty playing Flex DPS and support. Our first map of the day is Ilios Well, a map commonly known for its environmental trap in the center of the objective. Now let's take a look at their team comps. For the Bearcats, we can see a standard dive comp with the exception of the Roadhog. We have a Winston, along with Lucio, Mercy, Genji, and Tracer, which are very fast-oriented characters. I could see the Roadhog could be used for the well in the center. As for SLP, they're seeing to use the Rissa and the Roadhog picks so they could get the players into the well. They also have more of a divey comp with Lucio and Tracer along with a Pharah. I feel like this Pharah is going to be a great problem for Bearcats already, as they have no hit scan meant for long range to counter that Pharah, so she'll be able to play uncontested on the point. We can see so far that they have a hook onto the Beametry and they've killed him, which gets rezzed. It's just a pretty standard team fight. There's a pick on the Mercy for SLP. That could be it. There's no sustain on the Bearcats side, and it looks like SLP could just be looking for the rest of the cleanup. They have captured the point, and as we know for King of the Hill maps, it's crucial to capture the first point as fast as possible, as it tends to lead to a win on that point. For those of you who don't know how to play Koth maps or how the objective works, it's a King of the Hill map with 1 point in the center. You must stand on it uncontested in order to capture it, for which a team can play on in hopes to get it to 100%. If you get 100%, you win the map. It's played best 2 of 3. Now we see Bearcats playing very bunched up, which is good for the SLP Overwatch's Pharah. We see multiple picks coming from Appy on the Lucio, which gets rezzed by the Mercy. It gets steamrolled by SLP Overwatch, and it seems like it's cleanup, and SLP takes the fight. SLP does have an ult, their Pharah ult, which could be used in the next fight to get some early picks on possibly a support. But luckily, on the Bearcat side, they have their Mercy ult, which could swing the fight heavily in their favor. Let's see how it plays out. We see them Bearcats pushing mid along with their Reinhardt. Nothing yet, just poke damage. However, Toasty looks like he's going for an ult. We have 2 boops from Lucio on the Roadhog and the respective Lucio on the Bearcat side, and now it's just cleanup. Toasty Batnip falls, but gets quickly rezzed by their Mercy. Bearcats are still holding on to their Mercy ult. A little odd, but it helps them win. They might get staggered, however. They're very trickled going into this point, which is very bad for a team, as they can get picked off one by one very easily. But it looks like Bearcats have managed to get picks off on the Pharah Mercy combo, which is crucial for winning the fight. They have made the respective switch on Averager to change to that medium DPS as a counter to the Pharah on SLP Overwatch's side. There doesn't seem to be a typical strategy. They're playing around the health pack on SLP. SMHS. We look for a Deadeye. kills the Pharah Mercy, but the Orisa on SLP Overwatch takes out 2 in the well. And we see Bearcats take the fight. What I like seeing about both of these teams is that they're waiting for their team to all group up. We don't see much trickle on either side, which is a sign of a good team. We see Appy probably just poking to build ult. At 50%. We see SLP at an ult advantage with 4 ults, but oh wow! They got 3 ults. Toasty popping off, got 3 kills, and it looks like SLP wins. They win the fight. That's a great round. It was I'd say it was pretty even, except in the end because due to ult advantage and Toasty on the Pharah just killing off the supports and really focusing them. Bearcats lost their sustain and wasn't able to hold. But it looks like Bearcats may be switching for a Pharah, respectively, trying to match the strategy of SLP. Whereas SLP switches off their Pharah to a McCree with the Reinhardt. No more Orisa, as he's not as great on this point because there's no well. They both have Lucios, which can get their teammates to the point as fast as possible because, like I said, it's very important for the team to make it to the center point as fast as possible so they can win early on. Beamitry gets hooked, and he goes down. That's a big pick. It looks like they're getting snowballed, and it's going to be a fight for SLP. They're just doing cleanup. Appy dies without any help. It's good because they don't stagger their team. Now we're just waiting for the Bearcats to group up and take the point. We see Appy applying pressure to the supports with Mercy low. Appy gets an environmental kill on Lucio. Bearcats are rolling with Beamitry, trying to take out the Mercy before she reses. It looks like a fight taken for SMHS Bearcats. We see an even amount of ults, fairly even. However, SLP does have a crowd control ult with War Walrus. Appy just applying poke damage, trying to get any early picks, goes for an ult and picks the Mercy and the McCree. It's crucial. They snowball it, and now SLP is forced to regroup. We see the Bearcats are at we see there's an even ult advantage to be had. Bearcats having Beamitry close to his ult, so he could distract the team and take focus off for his team, providing them space. SLP uses all of their ults. That's harming their ult economy, but they should win the fight. Trying to get a pick on the Mercy. They do kill the Mercy, and their McCree gets rezzed. And it looks like the fight goes in SLP Overwatch's favor. Beamitry dying on purpose so he could reset their spawns and they don't get staggered. At this tier of Overwatch, especially in the quarterfinals, it's crucial that teams stick together so they don't get picked off one by one. Appy looks like he's just going for some little poke while his team comes up for them to engage. They're still staying. Oh no, and Appy goes down to the McCree. McCree takes out. We see Appy with the good ultimate, but is it enough? It is, and the Bearcats take the point. We see a strong showing from Appy being able to get pivotal kills in the team fight. As we know, a pick early on can be everything for a match, and making it a 6v5 early in a team fight can be crucial to winning it in the end. And we see that's what Appy is doing, applying pressure to what seems like the Mercy. SLP instead goes straight for the point, avoiding all of the extra damage, using the point as cover from Pharah. And they seem to have taken the point in overtime. Now it's crucial for the Bearcats to get a push. I believe they have some time. It's difficult to see the percentage. They only have one more push available to them. So they're going to have to make it count or else they'll lose the map. We see the Tracer has her pulse bomb clumped up. The kills are going off. Seems like SLP is taking it. It's hard to know. But it's in overtime already, so they have to... Bearcats have to act fast if they want to win. It looks like Lucio's stalling the point, allowing them extra time. But is it enough? And it is not. That is the first round of this quarterfinals. SLP strong showing, winning 2-0 on Ilios. That is the match.